Daniel Harold Rolling, widely known as the Gainesville Ripper, is one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. His brutal spree in the summer of 1990 shocked the residents of Gainesville, Florida, and left a lasting impact on the nation. Born in 1954 in Shreveport, Louisiana, Rolling endured a troubled childhood marked by abuse and instability. His father, a police officer, was reportedly abusive, particularly toward Daniel and his mother. The seeds of rage and emotional turmoil planted in his early years would grow into something far more sinister as he entered adulthood. Rolling's troubled early years led him to a life of crime. Petty theft and armed robbery became regular occurrences in his life as he drifted between jobs and struggled with mental health issues. Although he spent time in prison, his encounters with the law failed to reform him. Instead, they seemed to fuel his growing resentment and desire for violence. The Gainesville Ripper's killing spree would finally begin in August 1990, a spree that would claim the lives of 5 innocent college students over the course of just a few days. The brutal killings that unfolded in Gainesville displayed a level of savagery that horrified even seasoned investigators. Rolling targeted young college students, sneaking into their apartments and attacking them in their sleep. He was methodical and calculating, and he had an eerie ability to cover his tracks. His crimes weren't impulsive, they were well thought out, suggesting that Rolling had fantasized about such violence for a long time. Each murder seemed to fulfill a part of a twisted script he had written in his mind, a terrifying theater where he was both director and star. Rolling's victims were attacked with brutal precision. Each crime scene showed evidence of his cold, calculated mindset. He posed his victims' bodies in disturbing ways, adding an element of horror to an already nightmarish situation. His methods, from the manner of attack to the specific posing of the victims, seemed to mimic the fictional killer from The Exorcist III, a movie Rolling later claimed had inspired him. He also left behind carefully placed clues, and while he initially eluded capture, these clues would later contribute to his eventual arrest. During the time of the murders, Gainesville was gripped with fear. Students, residents, and police were on high alert. Many students refused to sleep alone, and it became common for young people to arm themselves, lock their doors, and even leave town out of fear of becoming the next victim. The sense of dread was palpable, a dark cloud hanging over a city that would never be the same. Gainesville police worked tirelessly to catch the killer, piecing together clues, but Rolling remained elusive. Authorities had no idea that their suspect had left Gainesville shortly after the last murder and was now in a completely different state. Rolling's downfall came unexpectedly. He was arrested in Ocala, Florida, on charges of armed robbery, completely unrelated to the Gainesville murders. While in custody, authorities began to piece together evidence that linked him to the killings in Gainesville. DNA analysis, a burgeoning technology at the time, played a pivotal role in connecting Rolling to the crime scenes. What they found was irrefutable: Rolling's DNA was a match. The once elusive Gainesville Ripper was finally behind bars, and the people of Gainesville could breathe a sigh of relief. During his time in custody, Rolling shocked authorities and the public with confessions and chilling details of his crimes. He openly admitted to the Gainesville murders and to 3 murders in his hometown of Shreveport. His statements confirmed what many had suspected all along, that these killings were driven by deep-seated, dark fantasies and a desire for fame. Rolling's confessions provided disturbing insights into his psyche. He claimed to have felt a dark spirit inside him, which he later blamed for his actions, stating that he was under the control of a darker force. Rolling's psychological profile revealed a man with a complex personality disorder, marked by antisocial and borderline characteristics. He exhibited signs of dissociation and rage, attributes often associated with severe trauma and abuse in childhood. However, it's important to recognize that these psychological factors do not excuse his actions. Instead, they add layers to our understanding of his motivations. His case serves as a stark reminder of how untreated trauma and mental illness can escalate into unimaginable violence when left unchecked. In 1994, Daniel Harold Rolling was sentenced to death for his horrific crimes. His execution, however, did not occur until 2006. During his time on death row, he reportedly found religion and even created art, claiming to seek redemption for his sins. His case has been the subject of extensive psychological studies and media portrayals, leaving behind a legacy of horror and caution for communities everywhere. Rolling's life, from his violent childhood to his brutal end, paints a picture of a man whose unchecked demons ultimately led to a lifetime of devastation for countless families. Rolling's story is more than just another tale of a serial killer, it's a cautionary reminder of the consequences of abuse, trauma, and unresolved mental illness. It's also a sobering illustration of how fantasies, left unchecked, can turn into terrifying realities. In Gainesville, the scars of his crimes remain even decades later, a haunting reminder of the atrocities committed in those summer nights. The case of the Gainesville Ripper serves as a dark chapter in American history, reminding us of the fragility of safety and the darkness that can lurk behind seemingly ordinary faces. Today, Daniel Harold Rolling's name is synonymous with terror. His life and crimes have been the focus of documentaries, true crime books, and countless psychological studies. The Gainesville Ripper's legacy is a chilling example of how a combination of personal trauma, unchecked fantasies, and a lack of intervention can lead to unspeakable horrors. For those impacted by his actions, the memories of the fear and loss he inflicted remain vivid, ensuring that Daniel Harold Rolling will never be forgotten, even as the years continue to pass. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, it really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Tap the bell to stay notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.